G'day Australia, good evening world, and Mingalaba to our friends from Myanmar. Welcome to the Wealth Boomerang Show. Is this a show about money? Well, the real question is, what is wealth? And what does wealth mean to you? For those who already have millions of dollars, you may desire extra time to spend with your loved ones. A sick millionaire may wish to give all of their money for good health. You may want a more satisfying relationship or a deeper spiritual connection. We believe that whatever you value is wealth to you, and we believe that whatever you send out will come back to you. Each week we speak to people who have operated their wealth boomerangs correctly. They may have boomeranged back from tragedy to triumph or boomerang back from rags to riches. Either way, their stories will touch, move and inspire you and instruct you along your journey. So sit back, relax and welcome. Thanks for joining us. I'm your host, Jeremy Britton, and this is your Wealth Boomerang Show.
Your head is there to dream your dreams. Your feet are there to follow through. Your heart is like a boomerang, boomerang. What you send out comes back to you. Boomerang, 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 boomerang. Look inside and you will find all your wealth's inside of you. Wealth all starts inside your mind.
Andy Monks is a multi-passionate person. He's an artist, a businessman, a speaker and a coach. He's done work for Holden, Coke and the award-winning band Silverchair, and also created the Academy Award-winning penguin Happy Feet. For almost a decade, Andy has worked in senior leadership teaching for one of the world's biggest personal development companies, as well as running many of his own businesses. Andy speaks, coaches and consults with artists and business owners to help them to achieve fulfillment whilst following their passion. Andy, thanks for coming on the show.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Fantastic. If we can go way back into your personal life, because we've got lots of photos of you with famous people and that sort of stuff, but there's one photo of you that looks like a mugshot.
Yes.
You were arrested, you had a drug problem. What was actually going on back then?
Well, I actually wasn't arrested. I never got caught, so that was good. But yeah, look, in my early 20s, I was lost, really, you know, and I was passionate about being an artist, and that's what I wanted to do with my life, and I was pursuing it, but I was unhappy, and I was using substances to not deal with my problems, basically, and I got bullied a lot in school because I was born with a deformed ear, actually, and so during my childhood, I got a lot of bullying and those kind of issues, even though at some point cosmetically I got it fixed in my early teens, there was still that emotional kind of baggage, I guess, so I numbed out with drugs for a number of years to deal with it. I knew it wasn't working, but yeah, that was the path I went down.
Okay. A lot of people take drugs and they either die or they just sort of spiral out of control down for a long time.
Yes.
What made you sort of wake up one day and go, I'm not going to take drugs, but I'm just going to live this amazing, inspiring life?
Well, I mean, firstly, I was passionate. You know, I was passionate, and I'd started to deal with some of my emotional issues. I'd gone and I'd gone down a number of different routes of personal development and, psychology and things like that to look at the root of those. And so I started to become less necessary and I didn't want to do it as much. And what I wanted for my life was more important. I'd started dating an amazing woman and we were together and I knew she was worried about me and, I knew my family was worried about me. And I just realized, I had this gift of life and I had a choice. Okay. And that really came down to a day where I just went, okay, I have a choice to either keep going down this path, which I know where it's going to go, or follow my own adventure in life and live the best life I could.
Somebody saw you as this drug addicted, down in the dumps kind of guy and went, this is the guy I'm going to fall in love with. This is an amazing guy. Someone saw your amazing talent.
Yes. Yeah, she's an amazing woman. I mean, that's my wife now. We've been together since she was 16, I was 18. And look, she kind of caught me before she kind of went through the journey with me, but she kind of caught me before it got a big problem. So she stuck by me through it, and I was a jerk a lot of the time. And, she's an amazing woman and that's why I've stayed with her, because she's amazing. And so, I've been with her half my life, basically.
Right around the country right now, there are a couple sitting down on the couch and the women are punching the bloke saying, why can't you say you're a jerk? Why can't you say I'm amazing? So,
yeah.
Fantastic stuff. I'm glad you actually come out and said that, mate.
Thank you.
And when you were working as an artist, according to my version of the story at least, you were trying to draw things that other people liked and you weren't actually making any money out of that.
Yes.
So what made you go to the tipping point, well, stuff this working for a living, I'm just going to draw what makes me happy?
Yeah, well, actually, I mean, funnily enough, I did actually make quite a bit of money out of it for a while. Like I was doing, I did, you know, there was moments where I was and moments I wasn't, but I was going down the route of being a commercial artist, and you know, I was actually doing quite well for a number of years, and it was good for a while, and then I just realised it wasn't where my passion lay, and it was critical for me to do it because the learning, the industry experience, and everything that I got was critical, and I don't regret it one bit. But it started getting to a point where I knew I had things I wanted to create and things I wanted to do with my ability that I wasn't doing, and it was eating away at me, and so. You know, I actually made a choice to toss in my job that was worth, you know, I went from Happy Feet where I was earning basically 6-figure salary a year to nothing, going back to living, you know, we made the call, and my wife, thank God she's behind me every step of the way, but I went, you know, I want to pursue my independence as an artist, and that meant giving it all up basically. And we moved, you know, I went from living basically in Darling Harbour in Sydney to living back in Brisbane, north side Brisbane, underneath my parents-in-law's house eating baked beans. You know? Okay. But I went from being unhappy to massively fulfilled in life. And it was a big learning curve, and now I had to learn to be a businessman as well as an artist.
Cool.
Yeah.
So learning to eat baked beans and learning to sort of dial things down.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people who have gone from sort of almost nothing to massively successful, it's not just a one-way trip. You can drop down and bounce back again.
That's right. Yes, definitely. And look, and I think I realised, you know, I'd been working towards this goal, and I got there, and then I went, okay, it was kind of like done for me. And I wasn't in it for the status, even though at first I thought I was. And when I got it, I was like, it was fleeting, you know? It was fleeting, and I had to look at my life and go, am I fulfilled in life? And the answer was no, consistently. And I knew if I stayed there, I would go down a dark path again, you know? A path that, you know, substances is always an easy option. Right. So I knew, you know, it's a choice of being unhappy and numbing out to it, or going after what I wanted. And it was, you know, simple, but not easy necessarily.
Fantastic. Well, you won the Academy Award for Happy Feet.
Thank you. Thanks very
much. Present that to you. But of course, that was in the past. We're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we're going to ask you about what you've been working on for the last few years since you got the Academy Award.
Thank you.